Diego Naranjo. Diego is the head of policy at the European Digital Rights, an association defending human rights online. He joins us now from Brussels. Diego, good to have you here on the NewsHour. So all this is coming up basically from a growing demand for greater transparency, right? But you also have freedom of expression, freedom of speech. Do you think that technology companies actually have the right in terms of controlling what is put out there?
Well, those are two different questions. First, on the specific issue of political advertising, we believe that it's actually the right move on the right direction. We believe that the influence that some political actors can have by buying the audiences because of the use of micro-targeting and profiling of individuals can be quite harmful on our democracy and the rule of law, and that the political influence needs to be obtained by dissuading the people with the right arguments in the political arena and not with money. That said, in the case of freedom of expression, of course, we believe that generally platforms should not be the one deciding what goes on, what was taken down arbitrarily. But they can decide not to influence our democracies by not allowing political ads. I think that's a positive step.
Okay. Let's talk, because there is a bit of strategy, I think, involved in sort of Twitter's decision. It's important to note that Twitter only had 21 advertisers in the last EU parliamentary elections held earlier this year. Do you think that sort of Twitter is basically doing this to turn a minor weakness into a great strength in terms of cutting off what is seen as a minor revenue stream into putting more pressure onto its competitors?
That could be, but that would be a question to ask to Twitter, not me. I believe that even though it's a minor part of the influence of the revenues that they receive, there might be a bigger slice of the pie that we cannot see, because it's perhaps the amount of advertising that you're quoting, and I'm not sure, but it might be only related to political actors, to known political parties. But it could be that there's a lot of political influence by other like PR companies or other types of actors who could have a lot of influence on political decisions, which are not part of that slice of the pie that you were mentioning.
Okay, in that Capitol hearing that we just played, you had Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez basically saying to Zuckerberg that there was an ad on Facebook which basically was accusing Joe Biden of giving Ukrainian Attorney General billions of dollars not to investigate his son. She basically said every square inch of that is a lie, and it's under your logo. That's not defending free speech, Mark. That's assaulting the truth. In terms of rights, what rights do consumers, end users, have in terms of the information that they are given?
Well, I think that generally users should be allowed to know from where the information comes from. If it comes from political advertising, in this case, in the case of Facebook, they should know that it comes from a single individual or a company that they can trace back, so they can understand from where that influence comes from. And in general, they should have more transparency regarding the algorithms that decide what goes on their feed, whether it is on Twitter or Facebook or any of the other social media. So we need more accountability, we need more transparency, we need to know more, we need to dig into these black boxes that decide which content is going to appear on my feed and not on yours, for example.
Okay, Diego Naranjo, thank you very much for joining us live from Brussels. I do appreciate your analysis.